Great, everyone. I think we'll start there. Very clear for exploration companies to have a very clear vision, and ours at Talisker is very clear, to become a Tier 1 discoverer. We don't want to become a Tier 1 explorer because there's plenty of companies already exploring for Tier 1 projects. We want to discover these projects, and that's really our clear vision. Good comment on that photograph there. That's not a stock photograph. That's one of the pieces of visible gold that is on display at the Royal Ontario Museum. There's another set on the display at the Royal Alberta Museum out of our flagship Braylon project. So if you ever get the chance to visit Toronto or Edmonton, please go and have a look at some of the most spectacular gold specimens out of one of Canada's great projects. Why do we think we have what it takes to be able to achieve this vision, to be able to discover Tier 1 or plus 5 million ounce assets? Well, a lot of it comes down to the management team, and our management team's been involved with the discovery of 5 world-class deposits previously, and we've exceeded 50 million ounces in discovery over the last 20 years. All of our assets are in top first world jurisdictions, Tier 1 Canadian jurisdictions, British Columbia in this case. They're all very close to existing infrastructure. We've got highway access to all of our projects, so very easy to get to. No requirement for helicopter support, no requirement to build roads. We've got initial well-constrained potential for 1.5 to 2 million ounces. That mightn't seem like much, but I just want to remind everyone that the company's less than 2.5 years old. So we're very aggressive and we're moving very fast. Obviously, that won't make our 5 million ounce target. So outside of that initial resource, we've got clear potential for multi-million ounce across a 33-kilometre trend just on one of our projects. We've got a large greenfields package, and what we're building is a mine factory. We don't want to make one discovery, we want to make multiple discoveries. We've got a whole series of projects at drill stage, several projects at resource stage, moving forward. So we want to find mines, drill them out to resource, move them on as we bring new projects forward. Because of all this, we've been very well funded since inception in 2019, and we've got a strong institutional and strategic shareholder base and very strong backing by our insiders. We put our money where our mouth is, with our insiders, our management and board regularly investing both on market and in private placements. What are our milestones? We've already achieved some of these milestones, and we've got some very, very big milestones coming down the pipe. We've just closed an acquisition of another mining company, New Caroline Gold Corp. We acquired a 14,000 hectare regional trend, 700,000 ounces. We paid about $9 an ounce, simply because it's a lot cheaper than discovering it at industry average costs of about $45 an ounce. We've got a big program in that project over the next year. We've got a discovery underway right now in our greenfields projects, the Golden Hornet project. We completed a 5,000 metre drill program, about 14 holes. We're happy to say that we intersected both massive sulphide, disseminated stockworks, veinlets in every single hole. Because of lab delays, about 4 months, we haven't got all of our results back for our first 4 holes. But I'm happy to say it certainly looks like we've got a significant discovery coming down the pipe. Our first greenfield discovery. We're underway about 75,000 metres through this year, a 100,000 metre drill program. So this is one of the largest early stage or maiden resource drill programs in British Columbia and in Columbia in general. We plan to complete that either by the end of this year or early next year, and that'll feed into our very first resource as a company, either at the end of Q1 or early Q2. All of this has occurred within the last 2.5 years of us forming as a company. Very quickly here, looking at our share structure, what you'll see is that we're majority held by large institutions and a significant proportion held by strategic shareholders. The largest of these strategic shareholders is New Gold. They have the New Afton copper gold mine, Canada's largest block cave mine in production. It's about 150 kilometres away from our asset. All of our other assets are within truckable distance on major highways, and that's why they've come in for 15%. Briefly on our management team. All I want to make clear about our management team is that we're big company trained, out of the likes of BHP, Anglo American, Anglo Gold Ashanti. We're all very scientific, all PhD and master's level. So we treat exploration not as a marketing game, we teach it as a research and development and scientific endeavour. And that's why, fortunately, over the last 20 years or so, we've grown to become one of the most successful teams in the industry, with over 50 million ounces discovered throughout that time. Looking at where we're operating, we're focused in south central British Columbia. For anyone who's got eyes like I do, in the bottom left-hand corner is Vancouver. So everything's within road access from Vancouver, within 3 to 4 hours driving from a provincial capital city with several million population. We've also got large other population centres, Kamloops and Kelowna, with several 100,000 people living in them, so very good access. We're operating in a low latitude, semi-desert, very dry environment. So we get a very long field season. So when you compare us to some of our associates who work in northern Canada, what they can achieve in 8 or 9 years, we can achieve in 2 or 3 years at a greatly reduced cost, because we've got 3 times the field season that they have. We won't have to talk much today about our greenfields projects. All I want everyone to understand is that we're building a mine factory. We've got over 300,000 hectares of land. A lot of people today and yesterday have talked about large land packages, 15, 20, 30,000 hectares. Well, we've got 200,000. The main part that you see through the centre is the Spencer's Bridge Gold Belt, where we hold 85% of that belt. We've, over the last 3 years, run a major company-style greenfields exploration program, geochemical sampling, like what major companies used to do, and how most of the main gold deposits in the world have been discovered. We've been able to find 14 drill projects over that last 3 field seasons. We've taken one of those as permitted, Dora, Nova and Cyclone. It's in the permitting phase now. These are epithermal vein systems. We're merging Nova and Cyclone because initially we thought it was 2 deposits. Now we've done the work and we've realised that it appears to be a 5-kilometre vein field. So we're very excited about getting to drill phase and drilling this project. Looking over to the east, our Golden Hornet project that we've just started drilling this year. Looks like it's going to be quite a significant discovery with mineralisation all of our 14 holes. Keep your eyes out on our press releases. We'll be releasing that discovery, we hope, within the next couple of weeks. The Ladner Gold project, 700,000 ounces when we acquired it, 14,000 hectares in that one project alone. We've got a significant work program going next year. We want to take that to 1 million ounces indicated and start exploring for an additional 2 to 3 million ounces. Our focus today, though, will be on the Braylorn project. That's our flagship project, sitting just north of Whistler there. It is Canada's only world-class Phanerozoic orogenic gold deposit. Plus 5 million ounces has already been produced there over the last 130 years. It's only surpassed in North America by the supergiant Grass Valley and Mother Lode deposits. And it's the same style as those deposits. Won't go into the geology, happy to talk about that in detail, but it has all the ingredients to form a giant to supergiant deposit. Bit of the history of Braylorn. Over 40 years of production, 4.2 million ounces produced from 1939 to 21 at an average recovered grade of 17.7 grams. So for every 50 metres vertical they mined, they produced 115,000 ounces. Luckily for us, of the 29 veins, they only mined them to a depth of about 900 metres. Our initial premise was simply to go underneath the historic mines and add another 3 to 4 million ounces. These veins have got incredible strike continuity, between 500 and 1,500 metres continuously. So our first thesis was to go deep, find 3 to 4 million ounces following these veins. They're mesothermal orogenic veins. We know they've got great continuity. But then we realised that there was a lot of material from surface to 750 metres that had never been mined, that had been sampled, mapped, but never mined. A lot of areas between the two historic mines that had never been explored. So what we've been able to do is very simple. We've gone and built volumes around this historic data. And now we're converting all of these historic ore shoots into resource. This is all historic data. This is all pre-1970. So we can't use it for a resource. But it means we've got a very well constrained and very low risk initial resource. Of course, we still think there's another 3 to 4 million ounces underneath. And why? We know that because we've already put drill holes to define it. Well underway with our resource development. We won't have much time to go into that, but we're developing, you see here one of our veins here, 500 metre by 500 metres of continuous resource above 3 grams a tonne. What we've recently found is that there's a lot more to Braylon than we originally thought. On the right-hand side there, this is a vein width versus count graph. On the right-hand side was what we bought Braylon for, the fact that there's high-grade narrow veins. But now we're discovering what's on the left-hand side, that some areas have high density of vein networks, and those high density vein networks have potential to form a bulk tonnage deposit. And what we're seeing across this area is multiple intercepts. So far we've only got 7 back. This is very new. We're drilling this out right now. Everyone has been over 100 gram metres. 1.8 gram over multi 100-metre intercept. So this is very new, and all in addition to what we're seeing at Braylon.
30 seconds.
That's it.
Okay.
We'll wrap it up there.
Thank you very much.